Good morning, everyone. It is the morning after the Golden Globes, and I'm going to do a little bit of a reaction to the awards. I didn't have a chance to watch the award show last night. I was actually at a screening of Wicked, which, if you want my 2 cents on Wicked, my Letterboxd review said it's not for me, but I'm happy if it makes you happy. So yeah, I wasn't home to watch the Golden Globes. I caught the tail end of it, which we'll get to in a little bit. We're gonna go ascending order, starting with cinematic box office achievement. Which, speak of the witch, I guess. Wicked won cinematic box office achievement. I still don't really understand what this award means. The movie is very successful. Like I said just a minute ago, I am not entirely a big fan of it. I actually came home yesterday and went on a big rant to my girlfriend, being like, this movie didn't work for me. People were clapping after the movie, and I was kind of baffled. I felt like I watched a different movie. It definitely has its enjoyable moments, but if we're looking at the rest of this list, and I would rather it go to something like The Wild Robot or to Alien Romulus, even Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, I enjoy Deadpool and Wolverine probably more so than people watching this channel. We can go to my list here. Where do I have it? Right here. And we can chalk that up under. Yes, we won that. Original song, I also got correct. El Mal from Emilia Perez. I didn't really think that there was another contender here. Maybe Kiss the Sky from The Wild Robot. I did re-listen to that one, and I remember it from the movie, and it is a very good song. But El Mal, it just has such a visceral presence within the movie. We're going to be talking a lot about Emilia Perez, like it or not, going forward. And I am of the opinion that I like Emilia Perez more than it seems a lot of other people out there, because a lot of people are upset about how popular this movie was during the award show. So let's chalk that one up as a yes. Got that correct. All right. I feel like we all knew what was going to happen here. I remember when I was making my predictions, I was like, oh, it could go between Challengers or The Brutalist, and I still think that those are the main two people in contention here. But this kind of solidified it for me that the Challenger score is resonating with people, and it is a score that really, really impacts your enjoyment of the film. I really do feel like if this movie had a more traditional score, it might not be as enthralling as it is with Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross's score. Really, really happy to see that this one won. Next category, best screenplay. Sad to say, I did get this wrong. I think a lot of people would have been right in thinking of what I was thinking, which was that Jesse Eisenberg was going to win for A Real Pain. I liked the Conclave screenplay, but to me, I don't know. It's sort of a bit of a safe choice. It seems like a very old head sort of choice, especially when you have films like Anora and The Brutalist and The Substance, and even Emilia Perez, which was pretty lauded the entire night. But not giving it to A Real Pain seems strange, because it has been picking up a lot of awards in this category thus far, and Conclave has kind of been absent from the conversation for a little bit. We're going to see. I don't know that the Golden Globes are like a great one-to-one comparison for the bigger events like the BAFTAs or the Oscars. A lot of times they deviate, and that's probably a good thing. It probably spreads the love a little bit more, as opposed to just giving it to the same people for every single award show. Put that in the no category. Womp womp. All right. Next one, best director. Hell yeah, my guy, Brady Corbet. I'm releasing this video the day after the Golden Globes, and then pretty soon after, I have a review of The Brutalist. I just rewatched it maybe 2 nights ago, and I love it, and I've got a lot of thoughts on it, so you could expect a video on that. This was a pretty stacked category. Again, you have Jacques Audiard, who could have taken it, given the love for Emilia Perez. This is, if you're a Sean Baker fan, this is just par for the course. You get really hyped up, he gets nominated, and then stuff like this happens. Again, I would have been incredibly happy if Sean Baker won, but I did enjoy The Brutalist more than I enjoyed Anora. But on that same point, I enjoy Sean Baker far more than I enjoy Brady Corbet, just because he's made more movies that I purely love. Really, really happy for Brady Corbet, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about him in a bit. But best director, That's a big hell yeah in the yes category. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. Kieran Culkin was the top choice, I think, among a lot of people. He's been winning a lot of the precursors. Hold on, I need to drink my coffee. It is not so hot anymore. It's early in the morning. It's like 8 a.m. when I'm recording this. Like I said in my prediction video, I don't know why some of these people are here. I mean, like Denzel Washington, I think is fun in that movie, but I don't think it's an awards-worthy performance. Yura Borazov, I seem to be in the minority on this. I don't think he did enough in the movie. And this isn't me being like, oh, he doesn't have like an explosive Oscar baity moment. I don't know. I just maybe would have liked to see, especially, I would have liked to see Clarence Macklin here representing Sing Sing, which was incredibly underrepresented during the Golden Globes. You know, I can't be too upset about Kieran Culkin. There is a narrative and a critique of this just sort of being his character from Succession, or just like if you've seen him on any of the awards press run circuit, like he just kind of seems like he's being himself in the movie. And there is something to that. I would have given it to Clarence Macklin had he been nominated. And I think maybe before Kieran Culkin, I probably wanted Guy Pearce to win for The Brutalist. Again, having just seen it, I love that movie and actually gained a whole new appreciation for Guy Pearce's performance. I also think Jeremy Strong is sort of a dark horse in this race. I think that he gives an amazing performance in The Apprentice as Roy Cohn. I don't know that we're going to see him pop up at the Oscars, though. I am going to be doing a whole Oscars nomination prediction video pretty soon. And this category is a kind of a big question mark in terms of where, like, who goes in that fifth or fourth slot there. You'll have to wait and see. But Kieran Culkin, congratulations. Performance by a female actor, supporting role in any motion picture. Zoe Saldana. Oh, I forgot to do this thing. Kieran Culkin, that was a big yes. And while we're here, Zoe Saldana got that right. Yeah, she's the best part of this movie, I would say. I think a lot of people, even if you dislike the movie, agree that Zoe Saldana is giving one hell of a performance in here. Having just seen Wicked, I think I understand a little bit more the Ariana Grande hype. And I probably still, having now seen the movie, I would have been a little bit upset if she did actually win. She is most likely going to get an Oscar nomination. I don't know that I agree with. I really feel like I am a bit in the minority with Wicked. I liked it. I liked it just fine. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. I guess it just wasn't for me, but I appreciate that it's making people happy. I would have liked to see some love for Felicity Jones. The Brutalist did get a lot of love here, but you know what? Zoe Saldana deserved it, and I think we could expect to see her at the Oscars. Male actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. God, I'm so excited I got this right. Like I said during my predictions, like I don't know that there were many other options here. I don't think like Jesse Eisenberg had a real shot. Jesse Plemons didn't have a real shot. The only other person I could say had like a real shot was Glenn Powell, maybe. But Hitman kind of came and went. There was a lot of love for it during the festivals when it came out in like 2023. And then when it was finally released in 2024, it went straight to Netflix. But man, Sebastian Stan and A Different Man. That was a lot of rhyming words. Just an incredible performance. And I'm so glad that he's getting recognized for this performance. Like when I am making my predictions, I really hope Sebastian Stan can slide into that fifth slot. Not only as a way of celebrating whatever performance they nominate him for, whether it be for A Different Man or for The Apprentice, but just like because he had two films that were of such incredible substance and he gives incredible performances, and I think that that's worth celebrating, and he is worth celebrating in particular. So I'm really hoping he gets a nomination for the Oscars. Let's move on. Yeah, this was a shock. This was maybe the first shock of the evening for me and a lot of people who are Anora heads, because I feel like since Anora came out, it has kind of been put on this pedestal. I mean, it won the Palme d'Or at Cannes, and people have been talking about Mikey Madison in this movie nonstop, and she's been going on quite a press tour, and it seemed almost undeniable that Mikey Madison was going to win. I wonder if Demi Moore's win here says a little bit about the voting body here, and maybe particularly about the age of the voting body. It is much more of a international audience. I think that we understand that quite a bit. So I think maybe that internationalness and the fact that the director is Coralie Farge And people love Demi Moore. I mean, she's got this sort of like legacy. She might be the oldest person on this nomination list. I didn't clock that. I don't know if she's older than. It doesn't matter how old she is. But I mean, like, just in terms of her legacy within the industry, I think that maybe that has something to do with it. And I don't really know if that's going to translate over to some other awards. I think that you could still make the case that Mikey Madison will win. I'm certainly not mad about Demi Moore winning for The Substance. I think she delivers an incredibly, I'm going to use this word again, brave performance in that movie. And I think she deserved to be recognized. So I am happy for her. I just don't know if this is going to translate to other awards a la the Oscars. I did put her in the should win category over here. So I wonder, I mean, like, did I get that wrong? I mean, I got it wrong because I predicted the wrong will win. All right, we're going to put it in here. But it would, if there was a third column here that said like yes, no, kind of, sort of got it, like they would go there. But all right, I got 2 wrong so far. I could live with that. My man, I am so excited about this. I did say that I think Coleman Domingo should win just because I think Sing Sing is the better of the 2 movies, or not the better, I shouldn't say, my favorite of the 2 movies. I would put Sing Sing over The Brutalist just on a purely sort of visceral, emotional level. But The Brutalist, I mean, I'm going to talk about it in a whole video, and it's going to be a long one, so prepare yourself, which is apt for a movie that is 3.5 hours long with a 15-minute intermission. This was such an incredibly stacked category that you really could have made the case for anyone. Ralph Fiennes very well could have got it, given, I mean, Conclave won Best Screenplay, and maybe that was kind of the Globes like throwing Conclave a bone because it's being ignored quite a bit. Sebastian Stan, I don't think I ever really had a shot at winning. This was a pretty divisive movie, but I think a lot of people agree that he gives a pretty stellar performance. Timothée Chalamet, you could really make the case. I don't know, like you can make the case that he's in the top slot even for the Oscars. But Coleman Domingo, Adrian Brody, to me it was between those 2. I'm incredibly happy Adrian Brody got it, especially after having rewatched The Brutalist and really taking note of some more of his performance. He's really giving a powerhouse of a performance. It is really, really incredible, and I'm so happy that he won. So we're gonna put that in here. This was a really tricky category for me, mainly because I had only seen 2 of the movies. I had only seen Lee and Baby Girl. I voted for Nicole Kidman, kind of against my better wishes. I haven't seen I'm Still Here, but I will tell you that Fernando Torres's win here makes me want to see it immediately. I mean, like it's no small feat to win an award like this at the Golden Globes, and that's telling me something. I really don't know anything about this movie, but I am excited to check it out now. Again, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, we have more of an international voting body when it comes to the Golden Globes. And so I think maybe that international poll is what did it here. Yeah, I don't know much about I'm Still Here. I can't really speak to whether like the performance is good. I mean, it's got to be good, right? It's got to be good. Unfortunately, that has to be a big X in the no category. All right, got another one here. I think what got to me was, in my opinion, when a film wins something like non-English language award, Best Picture award at the Golden Globes, I'm almost like, oh, well, it's, that's it. That's it for the night. It won Best Picture in one category. It's not going to win it in another category. Spoiler alert, it does. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the other nominees here, so Emilia Perez had to be my pick. It just happens to be the most popular, I guess, amongst this voting body, but seemingly very divisive amongst everyone on the internet. I don't know if you've been on Reddit lately. I don't use Twitter, but people talk about film Twitter all the time. But people are pretty shocked, not about this award maybe, but about the other one that it won. So we're going to get to it in a minute, but I like the movie. So I'm not upset about it. Maybe if I watched these other 5 nominees, maybe I would be a little bit more upset about it and be like, oh, All We Imagine Is Light really deserved to win, but I haven't seen those movies, so I can't speak to it. Yeah, this one got away from me. I voted for The Wild Robot. I really, really need to see Flow. For whatever reason, it's been eluding me for quite some time. A very small, independent Latvian animated film winning Best Animated Motion Picture at the Golden Globes is nothing to sneeze at. Is that what people say? It's quite an accomplishment, and it's kind of like, in my opinion, a bit like the Brutalist of the animated category. It's sort of like how do you market a movie like this? Like, the Brutalist is this 3.5 hour long epic about like post-war architecture. Like, how do you market something like that? And how do you market a film with no English language dialogue that is not silent? I mean, there's like music and audio to it, but a film about a cat. I don't know, and a film that, like, in particular looks a bit strange. I've heard people compare it to like looking like a cutscene in a video game for like 85 minutes. I'm very excited to see it, especially now. I was always excited to see it, and I will definitely see it before the Oscars come along. And I'm gonna try to see everything else too. I gotta go see it. But unfortunately, that is another X in the no category. All right, here we are. I promised we would talk about it. Emilia Perez winning Best Picture again in musical and comedy. Yeah, a bit of a weird one. Especially when you have movies like Anora and Challengers, which you would think are more crowd pleasers. Challengers in particular, I mean, directed by Luca Guadagnino. So it's like, if we're talking about international voting body, the man's right there. And this was a pretty beloved movie when it came out. So you could have made the case that this should have won, or Anora should have won. And Wicked, being the sensation that it is, even leaving aside my own personal feelings about it, you could have seen this coming. I mean, it is a musical. I mean, the fact that there were 2 musicals nominated here and one of them won, you could see that Wicked could have won. I don't think The Substance had a shot, although Demi Moore winning was something that could have indicated it. But Emilia Perez shocked a lot of people. I think it shocked the world. And there's something to be said about sometimes award shows shocking people. I don't know about deliberately, because I do think that, it is very sort of democratic in that way, or at least we hope it is. But hopefully this wasn't a shock win. Hopefully it was a legitimate, people wanted to see it win. And I think it just had the backing behind it. I was rooting for Anora or Challengers, but Emilia Perez winning, I'm not incredibly emotionally distraught over it, but I am going to have to put an X right here. All right, buddy, come sit on my lap. Okay. Everyone, meet Pierre. This is the first time he's been on this channel. So what are your thoughts on Emilia Perez winning musical or comedy? Yeah, he's not thrilled about it, but that's okay. Best motion picture drama, The Brutalist. I probably indicated on here that I'm a bit of a brutal boy. But this, just like the best actor category, this was like a toss up between any number of these films. And I have now since seen September 5 and really, really liked it. Apparently I like it more than a lot of the people I'm seeing. I don't know if it cracked my top 10, but certainly top 20 movie of 2024 for me. I haven't seen Nickel Boys yet. That's the only one I'm missing as of right now. You could have gone with any of these, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, but man, The Brutalist winning was pretty special. It was pretty special for me also, like just having seen the movie again for the second time and gaining a whole new level of appreciation for a lot of it. I'm really excited, and I really enjoyed what Brady Corbet said during his acceptance speech, where he was sort of like, if you're a producer out there, like, support artists. Like this movie wouldn't exist without people who actually believed in it. And it's, like he said, it's not a movie that's easy to promote. It's not a movie that's easy to market. It's sort of like not appealing on many levels, and yet it is a very special film. It is a very ambitious film. It is a very, look at the poster right here. It's a very monumental film, monumental undertaking by all the people involved, filmed in VistaVision. Look, it won Best Picture Drama at the Golden Globes. So it can happen, and producers need to, I don't know, pick their projects a little bit more, not carefully, but like have faith, have a little faith in people, I guess is basically what Brady Corbet is saying. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Oh, let me do the final one. So the only ones I got wrong were screenplay, female actor, musical or comedy. I thought it was gonna be Mikey Madison, but I also said that Demi Moore should be in the conversation. So can we say that this is a total loss? Maybe it's a half a loss. Francesca Torres winning for I'm Still Here. it's a bit of a blow here, but I wasn't even incredibly thrilled about nominating Baby Girl. The Wild Robot missing to Flow, I can't be mad at it. I haven't seen Flow, but by all accounts, it seems like a pretty damn good movie. And Anora not winning musical or comedy, that kind of was the real shock of the evening, I would say. The fact that Emilia Perez won Best Non-English Language Film indicated to me that it wasn't going to win musical or comedy. And I guess I was wrong about that. Yeah, those are the results. I'm gonna post like a clearer version of this up on the screen here. But overall, the Golden Globes are kind of a tricky one to predict, but I did pretty well. I think of the, 12 categories? 15 categories? 15 categories. I got 5 wrong, so 10 out of 15, that's pretty good. And you can make the case that I didn't get female. I'm trying to hold on to that here because I did write Demi Moore, The Substance should win. Yeah, 5 out of 15. That's not bad. I'm excited to start cracking on my nomination predictions for the Oscars that are coming up pretty soon. The nominations come out on the 17th. Today's the 6th. And so I got about 10 days to kind of really work on that. And you will see my predictions for that pretty soon. Thank you all for watching. I'm excited to see people joining the channel as the days go on. And yeah, Golden Globes, we did it. I'll see you guys on the next one.